Hello everyone, welcome along to Rathbone Manor. It's Alan and Nash here. I've just got back from the car boot sale. It's a lovely morning out there. In fact, yesterday was a lovely sunny day too. So the car boot sale was absolutely full of vendors. It was great this morning, and I've got some really interesting stuff here today. And I'm also going to show you a couple of bits that Mrs. Rathbone picked up from the charity shop for me. They're quite interesting. So before we get going though, these gloves I picked up from Poundland, they're going a bit weird. I've tried cleaning them, but it's not having it. Look. Ew. Horrible. I don't know what's going on there at all, but something's not right, is it? Yuck. Anyway, so I picked up some really interesting tools and interesting stuff today. So let me bring the camera down here and let's take a closer look. So here we go, here's the tools. I'll tell you what we'll do first of all, we'll take a look at the stuff that Mrs. Rathbone bought me. Okay, excuse me Alan, thank you. Right then, so Mrs. Rathbone found this stuff at the charity shop last week. Because I'm a fire warden at work, she found this for me. This is a little stress cube block thing here. It's like obviously like a fire alarm, you know, where you break the glass. And it's quite good, so I'm taking that into work on Tuesday because it's a bank holiday tomorrow, so I'm taking that into work Tuesday, and we'll see how long it takes somebody to notice it on my bench. Next up, as you know, she picked me up an interesting camera a few weeks ago. This beautiful old Pentax Zoom 105R, which is like a film stills camera. Remember those, guys? Do you remember those before digital came along? This one's an absolute beaut, probably from the early 1990s. I'm going to be doing a part 2 video of this. But look what she found me in the charity shop this week. Look at this. Some 400 ASA, or ISO as it used to be, 35mm film to go in it. Look, 36 exposures, Jessops. However, let's have a look at the expiry date on here, shall we? Look at that. 07/2008. So it's like getting on for 15 years out of date now. I believe you can still use old film, but it loses its sensitivity over the time. So this could be around about 100 ISO now, but it's not even been opened, as you can see. Look. So it'd be interesting to give that a try in my camera. So she found me those couple of bits. So let's get on with the tools, guys. Okay then, so as you can see, we've got some interesting stuff here, haven't we, Alan? Yes, we have. It's really good stuff, actually. Let's have a look. Just move Alan out of the way a little bit. I did have to pay quite a bit for some of the stuff. This and this were normal prices, I like to class, but some of the other stuff was a little bit more expensive. I'll tell you what we'll do. We will start with this little fella right here. Now, I've got a bit of an interest in old vintage cameras at the moment, what with the Pentax that Mrs. Rathbone found for me. And I was hoping to find something like this morning, and I succeeded as well. Look, it's a little Kodak Instamatic 92 camera. It's one of those old 110s. I don't know if you guys remember 110 film, but it was in like a little strange cartridge sort of thing. And this one's a bit, this one can be a bit strange to open, this one, but there we go. Hopefully, in theory, right, and there we go. So this is where you load it in the back here, like so. It still actually works. While we got it open, I don't know if you can see that there, but I'll hold it up to the window in a moment, but there we go, so you can actually see it working. Let's hold it up to the window, just advance the film on a bit, and let's get a bit of a zoom in going on there so we can see it a bit better in there, I think. Right, and let's have a look. Ready? Hang on, centralise it. There we go, so it still works. Now then, I've done a little bit of research into this camera, just a little bit, and from what I understand, I think this was on sale between 1974 and 1976. So what an interesting little camera. Kodak. You've got a little protective lens there, and I think you'll find it locks the shutter, so you can't activate the shutter when it's closed, which is clever. There we go. Got a little quite a plain viewfinder. There's nothing much to the viewfinder at all really. It's just a little, it's a bit grubby in there as you can see, but it's a little, just a point and shoot basically really. And the film speed, etc., and the exposures would show here. As you wound it on, the exposures would move through in the window just there. And you'd put the what they used to call the magic cube in there. It did have about 4 different flashes. It's got an arrow there, so I can't remember if you had to turn it by hand or whether it would advance when you move the. Oh yeah, there it goes. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but it does actually. Right, so we'll snap that and we'll advance it, and I think you'll find if we can get the light right in here, the light's not playing ball really, but right, look, if we can get that right, hopefully, there we go, it automatically advances the cube round to the next flash once it's fired it. There we go. I believe you can get 110 films still. I don't know how much it would cost, but it would be quite expensive, I think, these days, because you know who uses these days. But I think as a young lad leaving school and getting my first job, I probably wanted one of these, but probably couldn't afford it at the time. So I think I had some sort of Boots 110 camera of one description or another. I'll put a picture up here of what it was. It's a TF10 or something. But yeah, so. That's interesting, isn't it? A nice old camera from at least 1976 then. As you guys know, I can't resist these things. This one's another one of these made in Czechoslovakia. You can see there, look, Czechoslovakia. It's got the little 1 1/4. I think that's what size it'll get hold of in the jaws when they're fully opened. But this one's in very good condition. Quality Paladin tools. So maybe it was imported into this country, or maybe it was brought in by one of the guys from abroad. It's in very good condition, as they always are, these things. I think these guys from abroad look after their tools a little bit better than we do over here. But it's got its original pivot pin. This one's black. I've got loads of blue ones. This is the second black one I've got. And it cost me 50p, so I was most certainly bringing that one home, wasn't I? As I say, I quite like these for my collection when I can find them. Got loads of blue ones, a couple of black ones now. Very nice indeed. Right, what's next? My star buys, of course. I've got 4 of them this week. These 3 came from one stall. We'll start with this one here. And I think this was the first tool that I picked up today. Whenever I see a nice set of lineman pliers, I always have to pick them up because I don't come across them all that often. The jaws looking, yeah, there's a bit of a gap in the jaws there. In the cutting knives, there's a bit of a gap, as you can see. But these are Klein's. What I'll do is, I'll just whip them through to the workshop. I'll stick a wire brush on them and I'll be straight back with them. So there we go, these are indeed Klein tools, as you can see there, look. What's it say? Chicago, USA, trademark registered, M. Klein and Sons. And these also have, in the handles here, hang on, let's get the right way around so we can actually see it, the date code. Now if I've worked this out correctly from this little sheet here, these pliers were made in 1941. So, and they also look like the bigger brother of these little fellas I've already got. Look at that, they are the bigger brother, look. So that's nice, that's a nice find. And, hello, what's that gone on the floor? Don't know. £1 I paid for these. Wonderful pliers, aren't they? I don't know how well they... Tell you what, let's get some wire in here. Okie dokie. Let's start out with some of this 4mm copper here. Give that a go. Should cut through that alright, methinks. Yeah, there is a bit of a gap in the knives here, as we've seen already. Look, you can see that little bit of a gap there. So let's move on to this. This is multi-stranded earth style cable here. It just squashes up a little bit at the back end of things, but cuts it off quite nicely at the front. We've got our friend here, tri-rated. This is again multi-core. We'll try this one right at the front again. Yeah, not too bad. Right at the back though, it's it does cut it, as you can see. Now let's try some UK 2.5mm twin and earth mains cable here. Let's try that in there. Oh, wow, my wrist. Because I hurt my wrist the other month. So cutting through stuff like this is a bit difficult for me. But youch. Sooks, that hurts. God. Right, there we go. Nice. So I'm rather pleased with those. They'll clean up quite nicely, get them on the wire wheel. They might need a quick go in the ultrasonic cleaning tank. It's guaranteed they'll be filthy. But oh, they've got my favourite type of jaws in there, like the cross-hatching jaws, very nice. What a very nice pair of pliers, I like those. Okay, next up, other fencing pliers. I love fencing pliers. These are really nice. Look at these. RS Compass, Germany West. So I guess these would have been made sometime before 1990 when the Iron Curtain came down. These are quite nice. Look at these. I like those a lot. They're a bit grubby. B4 in there. Cutters look in good condition. Yep. What have we got here then? Let's have a look. Blimey, yeah, piece of cake for that. Very nice. I like those. I just need a good clean up on the handles. I paid £2 for these. Rather nice. I like those actually. Somebody might be interested in these. What do you think, Nick? Let me know on Instagram, please. So there's quite nice. I like those actually. They're very nice. They are. Next, okay, mole grips. Maybe not actually. I found these on one stall I visited. They had loads and loads of tools. In fact, it's the same stall I got three tools from. The 3 tools you see there. Yeah, so what are these exactly? These are, let's get a close-up here, Seymour Smith Snap Lock, patents pending, number 1607. Have we got anything over the other side? Yes, we do. Look at that. Seymour Smith and Sons, I think that is. Or was it and Co. and Son? Oakville, Connecticut, USA. The spring's hanging off of these, so let me just go and reattach the spring properly and then I'll be straight back. Okay, well that wasn't very easy then, but I got it in there. So yeah, these are kind of like a mole grip sort of thing. They snap up quite nicely. We have oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so you have to release it thusly. And we have a pivoting jaw to get all the different. In fact, let me get out something that we can grip in here, shall we? Okay, so I've got some round stock and some, as you can see, oblong stock here. So I'm going to have to get my hands dirty because I don't think these are that dirty, but we'll give them a go. See what we can get hold of, shall we, guys? Start with a round stock here. It's a bit of aluminium. It's got all that quite nicely, look. As you can see, the jaws moved around to get hold of it. And there's no extra lever in here, so you've got to push away like thusly. What about the square or oblong? Let's have a look. I have to adjust it, I think. So just wind it out like you would do any of these sort of self-gripping wrench things. God blimey. There we go. It's got a good hold of it. Yes, nice. It's quite strong. These are really interesting, actually. I like these. I've never seen anything. God, wow. Let go, you bugger. I haven't seen anything these before. When these were out and about, I don't know. I'll have to do some research into these guys. I might even very well do a dedicated video to these, because these are really interesting. I've not seen the like of them before. If you know anything about the company or the tool, please let me know down in the comments below. Anyway, whilst mooching up the tool stall that I got me 3 tools from, I found this little fellow here, and I'm thinking, oh, that's interesting. I've always wanted one of those. Where's the other half of it? So I said to the guy running the stall, do you happen to have the other half of this? Oh yeah, it's out there somewhere, sir. Yes, you'll have to look in some of the other boxes. So he joined me having a look in a few of the boxes there, and as you can see, it was quite a line of them. Oh, actually, sir, take a look in the bag at the end there. See what you can find up there. So I started going through the bag at the other end of the stall there. Ta-da! Found the other half of it. Excellent. I've been after one of these for quite some time. I know my friend Ben's got quite a few of these little things. An interesting old adjustable spanner sort of thing here. We've got a pry bar screwdriver at one end of it. What an interesting old spanner. You've got 4 holes down the bottom there and a little hook. So we move it out like thusly to adjust it, and you simply grip it. Well, now what they're like to work with, I really don't know, but I'm definitely going to do a dedicated video on this one. It's got 4 holes for adjustment. This is definitely going in the ultrasonic cleaning tank at work, and I say you simply adjust it and grip it like thusly. Let's take a look at the markings on it, guys. Bauer's patent, and it's got a 19363, I think that is, stamped in there. And we've also got this interesting crown. Look at that. How interesting is that? Any other markings on it? Don't think so. No owner's marks or anything, but what an interesting old wrench. And it's my star buy of star buys this week, guys. Very interesting. Look at that. So I'm definitely going to have to give this a go, because I've always wanted one of these. I've seen Ben, Tool Addict, he's got quite a few of them, but he's never got round to actually trying them out. So that's exactly what I want to do with this little fellow. Look, got some grippy bits there. Look, I suppose you might be able to use it for pipe work, I guess. But yeah, wow. But to find half of it, and I'm like really disappointed. I'm like, oh God, I've always wanted one of those. Where's the other half of it? Just here. So this part was in a box, and then about 4 feet away was the other half of it in an old tool bag. So no other marks on this, I don't think, on there. No, but wow, finally got one. I've finally got one, guys. Bauer's. So I can maybe the German company, Bauer, maybe American, don't know. 19363 is the patent number, and that nice little crown on there too. So yeah, wow, nice. Really pleased with that, guys, because I've been after one of those for quite some time now, because I really want to see just how easy these things are to work, because you can't, unlike an ordinary pair of pliers, you know, where you get the leverage like this, you get the leverage up there, or you know, an ordinary adjustable spanner that you can adjust to fit the nut, and obviously it'll keep hold of it because it's not going anywhere. Once it's got hold of it, it's not going to go anywhere. So it'll be interesting to see just how well these things work. I mean, this is the first one I've come across. I've not seen one before. You don't really see them like this anymore, so there must be a reason why this style sort of faded away, faded into history. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do a video on this so we can see exactly what it's like. Okay, so these 3 tools came from the same tool store. I paid £2, as you know, for the very nice, but just need a bit of a clean up fencing pliers here. I had to pay £3 for this little fellow right here, but I was quite willing to do that because you can see it's in very good condition. I have no idea how old the thing is. Very nice condition. and I paid a couple of quid for this once I found the other half of it. So I'm actually quite pleased with my star buys this week, guys. Very nice indeed. So I'm really pleased with the tools I've picked up this week, guys. There's some really nice tools, and also the little Kodak Instamatic that I picked up as well. I was hoping to find one of these this week. Originally, the guy wanted £4 for this. Can you believe it? £4. So I managed to talk him down to £2.50 in the end. So, but yeah, between, as I say, made between 1974 and 1976, I believe, is what I initially, in a quick search, found out about it. So all we need now is some film for that, and we can get some of the rather, if I remember rightly, rather grainy photographs you used to get from that style of film. Okay guys, so I had a fantastic hour or so mooching around the car boot sale this morning. Really enjoyed it. Some very nice weather out there this morning. I'm hoping that the weather's going to be equally as nice next week, because we've got bank holiday tomorrow. We've got a bank holiday next Monday as well due to the coronation, so that's excellent. And if I read the sign right as I left the car boot sale, next week we have the auto jumble too. Fantastic, so really looking forward to that. I quite like what I've got today. You can certainly look out for dedicated videos to the Seymour Smith snap lock pliers here. They're really interesting. I've no idea how old they are yet. I haven't done any research into them. And the Bowers patented adjustable thingy-madoodle here. That would be interesting to see, because I want to see how these things work. Because I say, you're only gripping them. They're not got a proper, that I can see, a proper grip on the nut or whatever you're handling with it. I wonder if you can use it. I suppose you can use it for pipe too, I guess, judging by the jaws. But it'd be interesting to try. I will definitely do a video on both of these tools in the very near future, guys. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed popping along to Rathbone Manor this morning. Take a look at this really cool stuff that I got. Thank you to Mrs. Rathbone for these things here from the charity shop. I like those. So you can look out for my Instagram. I'm on Instagram, guys. You can look out for Instagram. Tuesday be a photograph going up, or photographs of this one going up, and I'll take it into work. Be interesting to see how long it takes somebody to pick up on that, because it does look like the proper alarm, doesn't it? It looks like the proper alarm buttons you see near doors. Right then, so yeah, what do you think, guys? Let me know down in the comments which is your favourite tool of this lot. If you've heard of Seymour Smith snap lock, please let me know down in the comments below. It'll be really interesting to find out what that's all about anyway. Yeah, so if you enjoyed today's video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, because that will help me out. Click a thumbs up if you enjoyed it too. Let me know which is your favourite tool of this lot down in the description. Anyway, in the meantime, Alan and I are off for a cup of coffee, so we'll see you next week, hopefully, if the weather's all being well. What do you think? What do you think, Alan? Yep, cool. I'll tell you what, Alan, we're really going to have to. Yeah, well, we'll see you next week, guys. Hopefully. Do you know what, Alan? We're really going to have to teach you English, because this subtitle art doesn't work, does it? It's hard work.